Hi there crafters, it's Louise with you today. Welcome along to my channel. I'm sharing a fun little scrapbook project with you where I am actually going back and scraplifting myself. So I decided to pull out a layout from many years ago and update that particular style of layout for how I currently scrap. So you can see that I've pulled out this yellow and pink sort of themed layout. There's a little bit of mixed media in the background, lots of paper layering, and then a focus on two cluster areas. So I'm using the MVP Photoplay Golf Collection. I've got a couple of mad keen golfers in my house, so when I saw this collection I knew that it was going to be one I needed to have in my stash. So chosen a little golf photo, and what I'm going to do is just cut some random sized pieces of the patterned paper, and I'm going to build a cluster. Now when I'm building a cluster, this is about having some little pieces just poking out from behind the photo, and then you can see I'm going to add just a little bit of cardboard in between those layers just to add some dimension. Now if you don't like cardboard on your layers, you can actually achieve a very similar sort of dimensional outcome either by drawing a little border around some of your pattern papers, or you can ink the edges. So just pull out your inks and add a tiny little black around that cluster area. Now this little pattern sheet was actually the title page, but I love the little pieces of the pattern paper, and you'll actually see on the other side that there are some golf balls as well. So it really does pay to have a bit of a look through your collections, because you'll often get a few extra bits and pieces that you can use on your layouts that you probably wouldn't normally get to depending on the product. Now, I am also using my distress tool. It is one of my go-tos at the moment. So I'm actually spending quite a bit of time distressing edges, adding that sort of textural element in my layouts. So definitely when we're comparing the original pink and yellow layout, there was no distressing. It was all very much clean lines. I'm basically just copying this sort of cluster elements, so the top left and the bottom right, and then putting a little bit of mixed media behind there as well. So I decide that I'm going to use the word "for" as my title, and I'm going to mount that up on some foam, and then because I had cotton elements in my original layout, I decide to include cotton again, just in a slightly different way. So you can kind of see how easy it is to take Scraplift inspiration from something without actually completely copying a layout. You can definitely bring it into your own style, particularly too if you are experiencing a slightly different type of scrapbooking to what you used to do. So really fun to actually take one of your own projects and update it, in this case probably 10-12 years after I did the original page. So quite a fun page, quite a fun way to scrapbook when your mojo might be a little bit missing and different things. So off camera, I have finished my little "for" title page. I have pulled out some green cardstock, which is what I'm going to mount on, and it's kind of at this stage where I'm thinking, oh, what color am I going to go in the background? And the paper collection had those little pops of yellow with the T's, but also with the bunkers on the actual pattern paper. And it wasn't necessarily that I chose yellow based on the original page, it was more just that yellow matched the collection. So you can see I'm just using my watercolor palette and the packaging technique, and I'm being quite subtle with my packaging. I don't want to cover this background in a huge amount of paper color. It's really easy to let it get out of hand. I find sometimes I end up with more color than I would actually prefer. So I was being quite subtle with this, and you can see it's just supposed to be a little pop of colour behind those clusters that I've built. Now, once that's dry, there were some circular elements behind these clusters, and I can't say I'm a huge lover of how these circles turned out, but I'm using my Life of Colour paint pens, which are really good also for adding some splatters. And then I'm just going to go back over and darken up some of those lines, pop a little squiggly scroll in there just to sort of bring it mixed media, tie it all in that messy way again. And then the final steps are just a touch of background stamping. So I actually had quite a bit of fun with this, because this is a type of scrapbooking that I haven't done for quite a while. So, you know, putting down some mixed media, doing some hand drawing, a little bit of stamping, some splatters, some diamantes, enamel dots, things like that. I really did enjoy this Scraplift of myself. So I hope that potentially if you're inspired by this, you know, feel free to scrapbook this particular layout, pull something from your own stash and have a go at scraplifting yourself. It was great fun, and I really thoroughly enjoyed putting this together. So in the final stages, I am simply going to embellish with a couple of stickers from the sticker sheet. I'm going to pop on those enamel dots similar to what I had on the original page with the diamantes. But essentially, that is going to be my Scraplift Yourself layout for today. And if you, if you thought that this was fun, definitely leave me a comment. I love reading comments. If you have a go at this, please make sure you share it with me. And if you haven't already liked my channel or the video, please, absolutely, I would love it if you subscribed as well. So thank you for watching.